The invasion. The stars above Earth flickered. Then they vanished. Commander Jakar stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Eternal Dominion. Through the massive viewing window, he watched the blue planet spinning below. His 4 eyes gleamed with satisfaction. 500 warships surrounded him in perfect formation. The largest invasion force the Jakar Empire had ever assembled. "Such a beautiful world," he said, his voice cold. "It will make a fine addition to our empire." His second officer, Teklon, nodded. "The scans show they have basic technology, primitive weapons. This will be over in 1 day, Commander." Jakar smiled, revealing rows of sharp teeth. "Contact them. Deliver our message." Across Earth, every screen suddenly went black. Televisions, computers, phones, everything. Then a face appeared. Not human, not even close. Grey skin, 4 glowing eyes, and a voice that echoed with power. "People of Earth," Commander Jakar began. "I am Commander Jakar of the Jakar Empire. We have conquered 400 worlds. You are now surrounded. You have 24 hours to surrender. If you refuse, we will take your planet by force. Choose wisely." The screens went black again. In Washington, D.C., world leaders gathered in an emergency meeting. The president sat at the head of the table. Around her, representatives from every major nation watched in silence. "Well," the president said calmly, "they're finally here." The British Prime Minister raised an eyebrow. "Finally? We knew this day would come," the president replied. She pressed a button on the table. "General Morrison, status report, please." A weathered man in military uniform appeared on the screen. His face showed no fear, only determination. "All defense systems are online, Madam President," General Morrison said. "Project Guardian is ready. We've been preparing for 200 years. Every simulation, every drill, every backup plan, it all comes down to tomorrow." 200 years? The French president looked confused. "What are you talking about?" The American president smiled slightly. "Since 1825, every major nation has secretly prepared for this. When we found the ancient probe in Antarctica, we knew aliens existed. We knew they might come, so we prepared. Together, in secret." "Impossible," someone whispered. "Tomorrow," the president continued, "the aliens will see what humanity can do. General, proceed with Phase 1. "Yes, ma'am." General Morrison saluted and disappeared. Back on the Eternal Dominion, a young scientist named Vorik rushed onto the bridge. Commander, please listen." Jakar turned annoyed. "What is it, Vorik?" "I've been studying their database. Their history. Commander, these humans, they're different." "Different how?" Teklon laughed. "They look weak. Soft skin, no armor, no claws. That's not what I mean." Vorik's voice shook. "Look at their history. In the last 3,000 years, they've fought over 15,000 wars. Against each other. They've created weapons that can destroy their entire planet. Multiple times. They split the atom just to make bombs. Enough! Jakar waved his hand. "Every species fights. It means nothing. They fight each other because they're primitive. Divided. Tomorrow they will unite. In surrender." Vorik looked at his datapad, his hands trembling. "Commander, there's something else. Their entertainment, their movies, their books, their games, 90% of it is about war, survival, or fighting impossible odds." "What kind of species does that?" "A species that dreams," Jakar said coldly. "Dreams are not reality." "You're dismissed, Vorik." The scientist left, but fear stayed in his eyes. 24 hours began counting down. On Earth, the countdown appeared everywhere. On buildings, on screens, in the sky, projected by alien technology. 3:59:58, 23:59:57, 3:59:56. But humans didn't panic. They didn't riot. Instead, they went to work. In secret bases beneath cities, soldiers checked their weapons. Weapons the world had never seen. Railguns that fired metal at impossible speeds. Plasma rifles that burned hotter than the sun. Exosuits that made one soldier stronger than 10. In space, hidden satellites activated. They had been waiting in silence for decades, disguised as space junk. In the oceans, massive underwater facilities hummed to life. Submarine carriers released thousands of AI-controlled drones. General Morrison stood in the Global Defense Command Center, buried 3 miles beneath Colorado. Hundreds of screens showed every corner of Earth, every hidden weapon. "Every soldier ready to fight, sir," an officer said. The countdown. 60 seconds remaining. Morrison nodded slowly. He pressed a button, opening a channel to every military base on Earth. "This is General Morrison. In 60 seconds they will come. They think we're weak. They think we're divided. They think this will be easy." He paused. "Let's show them what humanity really is. For Earth, for our families, for our future, for Earth." Thousands of voices echoed back. 10, 9, 8, 7. On the Eternal Dominion, Commander Jakar watched the countdown reach 0. "Begin the invasion," he ordered. Today, Earth falls. 500 ships moved toward the planet. General Morrison watched them descend. A small smile crossed his face. "Welcome to Earth, Commander," he whispered. "Now learn why we're still here after 4 billion years." The battle for Earth was about to begin. First blood, the alien ships descended like falling stars. "Commander," Jakar watched from his flagship as 500 warships entered Earth's atmosphere. Below, the cities looked peaceful. Too peaceful. "Something is wrong," Vorik muttered, staring at his scanner. "What now?" Jakar asked, irritated. "The cities, Commander. They're empty. No military presence. No defenses. Just civilians." Teklon laughed. "They've already given up." "This is easier than I thought," Jakar nodded. "Land the troops. New York, London, Tokyo, Beijing, Moscow. Show them our power." The first wave of alien soldiers materialized on the streets. 10,000 warriors, armed with plasma weapons and energy shields. They marched through Times Square, their boots echoing on empty streets. Captain Draknor led the New York assault team. He raised his weapon, scanning the buildings. Windows were dark. Streets were silent. "Too silent. Forward," he commanded. His soldiers moved deeper into the city. Nothing. No resistance. No humans. Just empty streets and abandoned cars. "This is too easy," one soldier whispered. Suddenly, Draknor's communicator crackled. "All units report status. Tokyo team, no resistance. London team, city appears abandoned. Beijing team, nothing here. Moscow team, all quiet." Jakar frowned. "Where are they? Where are the humans?" Then General Morrison's voice boomed across every speaker in every alien ship and every helmet. "Welcome to Earth, Commander Jakar. You wanted our cities. You can have them." "What is this?" Jakar demanded. Morrison's voice was calm, cold. "Those cities above ground, they're just the front door. Allow me to show you where humanity actually lives." Beneath Draknor's feet, the ground trembled. "What was that?" a soldier asked. The street split open. From underground, massive platforms rose. On them stood hundreds of human soldiers in black armor. Their weapons glowed with blue energy. Their helmets displayed no faces, only skull symbols. "Open fire," Draknor screamed. But the humans were faster. Rails guns erupted with sound like thunder. Projectiles moved so fast they couldn't be seen. They punched through alien energy shields like paper. Plasma rifles lit up the streets with blue fire. Explosions rang out everywhere. "Fall back! Fall back!" Draknor shouted, but there was nowhere to go. Behind them, more platforms rose. Ahead, human soldiers advanced. To the sides, buildings opened, revealing hidden weapons platforms. The trap was complete. "We're surrounded," a soldier yelled before a plasma bolt silenced him forever. In Tokyo, the same scene unfolded. In London, Beijing, Moscow, everywhere. The aliens found themselves trapped in killing zones. Human soldiers poured from underground bunkers like ants from a disturbed nest. On the Eternal Dominion, Jakar watched in horror as his troops died by the hundreds. "How?" he roared. "How do they have this technology?" Admiral Kresh watched her mighty fleet take damage. Ships exploded. Others limped away with critical failures. The humans pressed their advantage relentlessly. "How are they doing this?" she demanded. "We outnumber them 4-1. Vorik had been studying human tactics. "Admiral, it's their history. Look at their naval warfare from centuries ago. Submarine tactics, aircraft carrier strategies. They've adapted everything they learned from fighting each other. They've had thousands of years to perfect the art of war. That's impossible. No species fights that much." "They do, Admiral." Vorik's voice was quiet. "War is their history. Fighting is their nature. We thought it made them weak and divided, but it made them expert killers. General Morrison's voice cut through the chaos again. "How's it going up there, Admiral? Are you starting to understand? Kresh's pride wouldn't break. We still outnumber you. We still have superior firepower."
"Do you?"
Morrison asked. "Count your ships, Admiral." Kresh looked at her tactical display. Her blood ran cold. 2,000 ships had entered the battle. Now only 1,600 remained operational. In just 4 hours, humans had destroyed or disabled 400 alien warships. But human losses? Minimal. Maybe 30 ships. "Impossible," she whispered. "Let me explain something, Admiral," Morrison continued. "You conquer worlds. You have experience with invasions and occupations. But humans, we have experience with extinction. For 4 billion years our planet has tried to kill us. Ice ages, meteor strikes, supervolcanoes, diseases, predators, we survived them all. Then for 10,000 years we fought each other, perfecting tactics, developing strategies, creating weapons. You picked a fight with the only species in the galaxy that's been training for war since birth. In the asteroid belt, human ambush teams activated. Disguised military stations revealed themselves. Magnetic accelerators, capable of launching projectiles the size of buildings, fired at alien ships passing through. One alien cruiser took a direct hit. The asteroid projectile, moving at 20,000 miles per hour, split the ship in half. "They've weaponized the asteroid belt," an officer reported. "Retreat," Kresh finally ordered. "All ships fall back to Jupiter orbit." But humans didn't let them run easily. Fast attack corvettes pursued, harassing the fleeing fleet. Larger human battleships blocked escape routes, forcing aliens into engagement zones. It wasn't a battle anymore. It was a hunt. Commander Jakar watched his worst fears come true. "We should leave the system, Admiral. Regroup, plan a better strategy." "Leave?" Kresh's pride still burned. "We are the Jakar Empire. We don't run from primitives." "These aren't primitives," Vorik shouted. "Can't you see? We're not the hunters anymore. We're the prey." As if proving his point, a massive human dreadnought appeared from behind Earth. It dwarfed even the largest Jakar ships. Weapons covered its hull like scales on a dragon. "What is that?" Kresh breathed. Morrison's voice carried pride. "That's the UHN's Indomitable, our flagship. We finished building it 3 days ago. Just for you, the Indomitable's main cannon charged. Energy gathered at its bow, glowing brighter than a star. All ships evasive," Kresh began. The cannon fired. A beam of concentrated plasma, wider than 10 ships, crossed space in an instant. It struck an alien battle station, vaporizing it completely. The explosion was visible from Earth. Silence filled the command channels. Then Morrison spoke one final time. "You have 6 hours, Admiral Kresh. 6 hours to leave our solar system. After that, we stop being defensive. After that, we come hunting." Kresh looked at her remaining ships. So many lost. So much damage. These humans had turned her mighty empire into frightened prey. "All ships," she said quietly. "Prepare to withdraw." "Admiral, no," another commander protested. "Our honor demands." "Our honor will get us all killed," Kresh snapped. "These humans, they're not like other species. They don't just defend. They hunt, they chase. They don't stop." Jakar looked at Earth on the screen. The blue planet seemed to glow with menace now. "What are they?" he whispered. Vorik answered simply. "Survivors, Commander. The most dangerous kind." The alien fleet began retreating toward the edge of the solar system. But as they fled, every ship received one final transmission. Not from Morrison, from something else, a video file. It showed human history, wars, battles, weapons, from stone axes to nuclear bombs to plasma cannons. 10,000 years of constant warfare, a species that never stopped fighting, never stopped improving, never stopped surviving. The final image was simple. A human soldier standing among ruins holding a rifle. The caption read, "We are humanity. We don't start fights, but we finish them." Admiral Kresh watched the video with growing horror. "Mark that system as forbidden," she ordered. "Send a message to all Jakar worlds. No one approaches Earth. Ever." As the alien fleet limped away, General Morrison watched from Earth. An officer approached. "Sir, they're leaving." "We won," Morrison nodded slowly. "Yes, but they'll tell others. More will come. Curious ones. Aggressive ones. Power-hungry ones. What do we do then, sir?" Morrison smiled. "Then we show them the same lesson. Earth isn't just our home, it's our fortress. And humanity isn't just a species. We're survivors, warriors, defenders of our world. He looked at the stars beyond. Let them come. Let the galaxy learn. You don't invade Earth, not now, not ever. Vorik pulled up data frantically. Commander, I'm detecting massive underground structures beneath every major city. Tunnels, bunkers, weapons facilities. They're everywhere. The whole planet is connected. Impossible. They've been building for 2 centuries. Vorik's voice cracked. While we thought they were fighting each other, they were preparing for US. General Morrison's voice returned. You studied our wars, Commander. But did you study why we fight? Humans don't fight because we're divided. We fight because we're good at it. We fight because it's in our blood. And now, you've given us a common enemy. Jakar slammed his fist on the control panel. Activate the war mechs. Bring out the heavy armor. Crush them! Giant machines 20 feet tall materialized in the streets. They carried weapons that could destroy buildings. Their armor could withstand nuclear blasts. The machines took 3 steps forward. Then something streaked from the sky. A missile, no, hundreds of missiles, rained down from hidden satellite platforms. They struck the mechs with precision. Explosions lit up the night. When the smoke cleared, the mighty war mechs were nothing but twisted metal. Our mechs. Teklon gasped. They destroyed them in seconds! Captain Draknor retreated with only 12 soldiers from his original 100. They ran toward the extraction point where transport ships waited. Behind them, human soldiers pursued like wolves hunting prey. Move, move, Draknor screamed. They reached the transport just as it lifted off. Through the window, Draknor watched the city. Fires burned everywhere. His people were dying. The mighty Jakar invasion was crumbling. In London, alien soldiers tried to fortify a position inside the Tower Bridge. Human drones, thousands of them, swarmed like angry bees. Each drone carried explosive charges. They overwhelmed the alien defenses through sheer numbers. In Beijing, alien dropships tried to evacuate troops. Human railgun batteries opened fire from hidden positions. 3 dropships exploded mid-air. The others fled. In Moscow, 1 alien squad managed to capture human soldiers. They dragged them before a communication device, trying to use them as hostages. The human commander's response was immediate and cold. We don't negotiate. Fight or die. The captured human soldiers looked at the camera and nodded. They understood. One whispered, for Earth. The alien squad leader couldn't believe it. These humans would rather die than surrender. What kind of species? Hours passed. What should have been an easy invasion became a nightmare. On the Eternal Dominion, casualty reports flooded in. 3,000 dead. Commander, 4,000, 5,000 and rising. Jakar's hands shook. In one day he had lost more soldiers than in his last 10 conquests combined. Pull back, he finally ordered. Retreat to orbit. All forces return to ships. The alien troops evacuated, leaving their dead behind. They fled into the sky, chased by human missiles and plasma fire. When the last alien ship left Earth's atmosphere, General Morrison stood in the command center. Around him, officers cheered. They had won the first battle, but Morrison didn't celebrate. He walked to the communication console and opened a channel to Jakar's flagship. Commander Jakar, this is General Morrison. You came to our home. You threatened our families. You thought we were weak. Morrison's voice was ice. That was your first mistake. Your second mistake was giving us 24 hours. We used every second to prepare. Jakar's face appeared on screen, rage and fear mixing in his 4 eyes. Morrison continued. You have a choice now, Commander. Leave our system and never return. Or stay and learn exactly how humans have survived 4 billion years on a planet that's constantly trying to kill us. This isn't over. Jakar snarled. I'm calling for reinforcements. 2,000 ships. We will turn your planet to dust. Then we'll see you soon, Commander. Morrison smiled coldly. But remember this. You invaded Earth with 500 ships. How many are you leaving with? The channel closed. An officer approached Morrison. Sir, scouts report alien reinforcements are 6 days away. 2,000 warships, as he said. Morrison nodded slowly. Good. That gives us 6 days to show them what Phase 2 looks like. Phase 2, sir. Phase 1 was defense, Morrison said, looking at Earth on the main screen. Phase 2 is offense. They wanted a war. Let's bring the war to them. Around him, officers began coordinating. Humanity had won the first battle, but the real war was just beginning. In space, Commander Jakar contacted his homeworld. His voice was different now. The confidence was gone. "This is Commander Jakar. I need reinforcements immediately. These humans, they're not what we thought. They're... He couldn't find the words. Vorik whispered from his station, "They're warriors, Commander. Born and bred. We just woke the sleeping beast. The hunter becomes the hunted 6 days past." Commander Jakar stood on his bridge, surrounded by 2,000 warships. The largest armada in Jakar history floated in formation around Earth's moon. Admirals from across the Empire had arrived. They brought their finest soldiers, their deadliest weapons, their most experienced warriors. Admiral Kresh, leader of the reinforcements, studied Earth through the viewing screen. Her scales were dark red, marking her as a veteran of 50 campaigns. "So this is the planet that defeated you?" she asked coldly. Jakar's pride burned, but he nodded. "Don't underestimate them, Admiral. They have technology we didn't expect. Weapons hidden everywhere. They fight like prey that got lucky," Kresh interrupted. "You were unprepared, Commander. We are not. 2,000 ships versus one primitive planet. This ends today." Vorik checked his scanner nervously. "Admiral, I must warn you. The humans have been quiet for 6 days. Too quiet. No broadcast. No attacks. Nothing. They're afraid," another admiral said. "They know we've returned with overwhelming force. Or they're planning something," Vorik muttered. Kresh turned to her fleet. "All ships prepare for planetary bombardment. We won't land troops this time. We'll destroy their defenses from orbit, then take what remains." Jakar felt uneasy. "Admiral, perhaps we should—" "Your advice failed before, Commander. Stay silent." The fleet moved forward, weapons charging. 2,000 ships approached Earth like a swarm of locusts. Then General Morrison's voice echoed across every alien ship. "Admiral Kresh, Commander Jakar, welcome back. We've been expecting you." Kresh laughed. "Expecting us? Human. You're surrounded by the greatest military force in the galaxy. Surrender now and some of you may survive." "Surrender?" Morrison's voice carried something new, amusement. "Admiral, you misunderstand. You're not surrounding us. We're surrounding you. Ridiculous. We're in space!" "You're on that planet." "Are we?" Suddenly, alarm screamed across every alien ship. "Admiral," a tactical officer shouted. "Contacts! Hundreds of contacts appearing behind us." "What?" Kresh spun toward her display. From behind the moon, human warships emerged, sleek, dark, silent. They had been waiting, hidden in the moon's shadow, engines cold, invisible to scanners. "Impossible," Kresh gasped. "Where did they get ships?" Vorik's hands flew over his console. "They've been building them. Underground. Underwater. They've been preparing for decades." "How many?" Jakar demanded. 300. No, 400. 500 ships. Vorik's voice rose with each count. "Still appearing." But that wasn't all. Across the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, more contacts appeared. Ships that had been disguised as asteroids activated. Weapons platforms hidden among the rocks came online. They fortified the entire inner solar system. Vorik couldn't believe the data. This wasn't 6 days of preparation. This is decades. Centuries. Admiral Kresh's confidence cracked. "All ships defensive formation. Prepare to..." Human ships didn't wait. They struck like lightning. Rail gunfire crossed the void faster than alien sensors could track. Kinetic rounds punched through shields and hulls. Plasma torpedoes lit up space with blue fire. The human ships moved with precision, targeting weapon systems and engines. "Return fire." Kresh screamed. The aliens fired back. Energy beams and missiles filled the space between Earth and Moon. Explosions bloomed silently in the vacuum, but something was wrong. Human ships moved differently. They didn't fight in formations like the Jakar. They fought like predators, breaking apart, flanking, targeting weak points. 3 human ships would coordinate to destroy one alien vessel, then scatter before retaliation could hit. "They're using pack tactics," a tactical officer reported. "Like hunters." Captain Draknor, commanding a destroyer, watched in horror as a human corvette darted beneath his ship. It fired point-blank into his engine core. His ship shuddered. "Damage report. Engines at 40%. Hull breach on deck 5. Another human ship appeared above him, firing rail guns into his bridge shields. A third attacked from the side. "They're coordinating," Draknor realized. They're talking to each other faster than our computers can process. He was right. Human AI systems, quantum computers, and neural links allowed their ships to act as one organism. Where alien ships waited for orders from admirals, human ships made decisions in microseconds. The battle raged for hours.